So 3 long days of hearing. It's now done and dusted. We have a date for the verdict, September the 16th. We hope and optimistically believe that the court will rule against extradition.
The US counsel was quite dismissive of your quite a few of your arguments, especially with regard to your mental health condition. I mean, what was your feeling about that?
So, in a way, the barrister for the CPS representing America had the hardest job in the room, which was to argue the unarguable. His job was to call into dispute the evidence. Unfortunately, he's not a medical professional. We heard from 2 or 3 medical professionals. We heard from 3 or 4 professionals on the American justice system. The US didn't bring a case, they didn't bring a single witness, they didn't attempt to refute the claims that I might suffer from a ridiculous sentence, that I might be treated inhumanely, that I might be effectively tortured because of my mental health difficulties. So it was harrowing to suffer the insinuation that I might have made this all up when I've wrestled with mental health difficulties all my life. But that's part of this game, and I don't think the court was swayed by those arguments. And so, and I think increasingly, as there's better public understanding and perception of mental health, it'll be harder and harder to make those kinds of arguments. The US, in preparing its submissions, they didn't speak to any of the alleged victims. I don't doubt that there was compromises. I don't doubt that compromises cost money to fix. It also costs money to make things secure in the first place. It's better to spend that money up front than to have to spend it when you find out the hard way. It doesn't necessarily mean that you can say that it costs millions and millions of dollars. I think the interest of justice will be served by a prosecution in the UK. If the victims want to have a say in that, then they can take part in that proceedings, I guess.
What was your feeling about the summing up of the case today?
Well, I mean, it was interesting. The silence from expert witnesses to back up the US government's assertions was deafening. I mean, Peter Colwell made statements but didn't back them up with a single expert witness, which says a lot.